Today I want to talk about why I like sheep investing more than I like the stock market. This is something that I have been doing for a little over 3 years now, and I have invested in the stock market for decades. But now I want to talk about why I like it more. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Natasha. I work to be self-sufficient, grow my own food, and live off the land. And I invest in sheep. And the first reason I think it's better is one is sheep are a tangible asset. You can feel them, touch them, grow them, have baby lamb. Um, so the first reason is a tangible asset. Yes, there are other tangible assets, and I'm all about diversification. So, that's the first reason why I like it more than the stock market. Um, the stock market is not a tangible asset. You can't shear stocks. You can't breed them. You can't milk them. So, yeah. The second is your return on investment. Sheep are animals that I can purchase at 8 months or so, or earlier, but they can get pregnant at 8 months, and it only takes 4.5 months to produce a baby lamb. So the return on investment is quite quick, where I could have two assets in like almost just a little over a year. So the return on investment of just having two assets also intrigued me. I'm actually here in the pasture here. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the sheep I'm talking about. They're really enjoying their pasture here. I don't want to scare them, but yeah, having two assets within a year is another reason why I like sheep investing. And the third reason is going to be recurring income. I can get income from you can get income from their meat. You can get income from their hair. If you have wool sheep, I do have wool and hair sheep, and you can get income from their milk. And of course, as you produce more, you can get income from selling the lambs. So the recurring income I really like, and they're not a hard animal to take care of. They're very docile. All they do, I put them in pasture, I rotate them, and they eat all day. So as they get bigger, uh, they stay healthier. So the third reason is going to be recurring income. Now, you can get recurring income from dividends on your stock. Yes, not all stocks will give you dividends, but that's the third reason. Another reason is, going to show you here. Another reason is that I like sheep investing over stocks is going to be not a whole lot of volatility. As you know, if you've been watching what things have been going on in the last week or so, there's so much volatility, so much volatility in the stock market, and sheep investing is very stable. Um, they're a commodity, and they're usually, I mean, it's going to be on supply and demand. I, in Panama, have seen that here the supply is low. I'm not sure in other places, but when you have demand that's higher than supply, well, there you go. So not having that volatility of investing in an asset, gives me a little bit more peace of mind. And the stock market obviously can go down, it can crash. Sheep don't crash. If they're going to crash, they might fall down a hill, but that's about the only crash uh, they would have. Uh, Another reason why is going to be self-reliance. I grow my food, and sheep are meat, and self-reliance. I don't have to rely on somebody else if I need to. So being self-reliant and having an inflation hedge. Sheep are a commodity where in times of uncertainty, or when things might get bad, or if the dollar just goes down, you know, you still need food. And sheep will give you meat and milk, and wool if you like. So that's another reason that I like it more than the stock market. Now, some people will say, well, yeah, there's some disadvantages, and I'm going to tell you a couple of disadvantages that I've kind of overcome and turned them into a positive. And one is going to be their health risk. Sometimes sheep will get sick, and when one gets sick, a lot might get sick. So, you could lose a flock like easily. Thankfully, I do pasture grazing, rotational grazing. I try to make sure they have the right type of